people in this room already know how amazing she is. But I've had the privilege of getting to work with her closely over months, and a few things have really stood out to me. First and foremost, she's such an inspiration as a woman in the trade and has a super cool story of how she became a business owner, which I will share with you. Secondly, I really gotten to see how deeply she cares about her clients' experience and the special way that she supports people in situations that would otherwise be insanely stressful and overwhelming. And finally, she's a Backstreet Boys super fan, which tells me everything I need to know to trust her judgment. So please give it up for Nina.
Thank you, Clarice. That's great. So here is my path into restoration. I certainly didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to get into water damage and mold. That was not my path at all. But right after I finished high school, I started working part-time, which quickly turned into a full-time position. And I had an opportunity where I could own the business that I own today at the age of 19. So these are a couple of vintage pics from 2005. So our services, we deal with water damage mitigation, mold remediation, and sewer cleanups, as well as fire and smoke damage. I'm going to highlight our three services. So this right here was a project that we did in Hercules. The upstairs water heater was leaking into this homeowner's unit, and the insurance adjuster even had the audacity to question that this was a long-term leak, which it obviously was not. And that's the after. Here is a mold remediation project. This was a property in San Francisco where a dishwasher had been leaking for quite some time. And this is what we found behind all of the cabinetry and the final product. We were able to get the tenant quickly back in. So the property manager was very happy about that. And here I want to highlight a few examples of our containment. Containment is crucial when you're dealing with any sort of mold remediation project. The fun stuff, the crawl spaces, the sewage. My guys just love crawling under there. This was actually a video that a plumber sent to me of a main line that was pouring into underneath the house. He couldn't make that repair until the water was cleaned up. And then this video that's playing over here is actually a job that we did in Bay Point just last week. The whole crawl space was flooded, and it had 2,100 gallons of standing water through the whole footprint of the crawl space. To give you guys some context, a average pump out is anywhere from 200 to 300 gallons. So that was over 10 times the amount of water. So referral opportunities, this is where you guys come in. So referral listening cues. When you hear anything water damage related, the most common thing that we hear is, I have a leak. Now a leak could lead to several different things, but oftentimes, we hear about a burst pipe, or, the carpet is feeling wet, or the wall is, wet or damp. Mold warning signs, a persistent musty odor underneath the kitchen sink, black spots on the drywall, that sort of thing. And then, of course, sewer. I had my toilet back up, but it also backed up into the shower, which then spread throughout the bottom floor of my house. That's not a fun day for that homeowner. And then, of course, fire and smoke. An odor is lingering due to a kitchen fire. Best referral partners, and I've talked about a million times. There's Mark, is probably my #1 type of guy who runs into this type of damage. The plumber is always there to assess the leak, but they can never clean up the damage. So that's where I come in. And then also some other people in our trades like HVAC and pest control. They go under houses, they see water damage and mold. And then, of course, property managers. They're always dealing with tenants who are having late night emergencies and after hours stuff that happens. And then, of course, agents and adjusters for homeowners claims. And why we do what we do? Well, for me, it's more than just restoring properties. It's more about, it's become more about restoring the peace of mind for my customers. I really enjoy helping my customers and my homeowners and being someone that they can rely on and trust and help them navigate a very stressful situation. This is some of the things that our customers have said about us. And one thing that I hear often when we come across the water damage with our customers is that they had nowhere to, and they didn't know where to start, and my guidance really helped them get through a tough time. And here's a nice collage of all you guys, or some of you guys. This is the second most important reason why I do what I do. It's about the connections that we are building. I have really loved being a part of this group and building my networking, referrals, and just being a part of this chapter where I'm a part of, a group that is, really cares about what they do. And you guys are an extension of me and my business. So I hope that I can be an extension for you guys. And this is really all about connection and being able to support and help one another to be successful. So at the end, when you call, we show up for you and your clients. So thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.